Welcome now to Middays. It's Danielle Morgan, Executive Director of the Mississippi Tourism Association. Danielle, thanks for coming on.
For sure. Hi, Gerard. How are you?
Doing fantastic. So how are we doing from a tourist perspective this summer? Are we getting a lot of people visit the Magnolia State?
We are. Well, I just returned from Mississippi Municipal League where I gave a session on short-term rentals and tourism. And judging by 49, I will say things are booming. It was a lot of traffic.
Yeah, we were down there as well. We did the show Tuesday, and as always, it certainly appeared that the event was well attended.
For sure, it definitely was. We had I had the morning slot on the last day, so that's you never know. But I had a great crowd and enjoyed getting to talk to everybody. It's always good to connect with those municipal leaders.
So what did you talk to them about, Danielle, with respect to tourism?
Well, there's a lot of interest surrounding short-term rentals. So we talked about there's actually some legislation that we passed last year, Senate Bill 2805, which dealt with kind of the definition of lodging. There were some outdated definitions in the tax code that really didn't really address what lodging looks like now. So kind of clarified that language. The DMO Association worked really hard on that to kind of get that through. And so what it does was just closed any misinterpretation of what lodging is and any gaps in tax collection, because we know that we certainly want short-term rentals are an important part of our tourism product, but we also want to be fair and equitable and make sure that they're held to the same standards as hotels and inns and other bed and breakfasts, things of that nature, that they're, making the same tax liability with sales tax as well as special tourism taxes and things of that nature.
Okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense. So are there any of the municipal leaders that you visited with that talked about the influx of tourists into their area and just the tourism industry in general? I know we talked to Mayor Dan Gibson of Natchez. Of course, Natchez is a great city for tourists to visit. So much incredible history, beautiful views, and so forth. What are they telling you? Are they saying that people are wanting to come to Mississippi and check it out?
They are. They definitely are. I saw Mayor Gibson as well on my way in. We talked about that, the growth, a lot of great things happening. They have that great RV park that just broke ground there in Natchez. So they're starting to start construction, which is very exciting. It's going to be a new product for that part of the world near the river. So excited about that. But yeah, everything we hear is people are more and more interested in tourism. They know that it's a tremendous economic driver of small business, and it's also the front door to other investment, economic development and nature. As we say, it all starts with a visit. So that's really that as well.
Yeah. Well, lots of the mayors that I talk to certainly are excited about their various towns and cities and villages, and really busting at the seams with lots of good news coming from the municipalities across the state. And I think that has got to be effective in driving tourism when they've got so much progress being made at the local level there.
Absolutely. I think as I said, I think it's really all cohesive. The more our state gets noticed and the more recognition we have, the more tourism changes perceptions about Mississippi. Because as we know, when people visit, we often hear that they had a completely different idea of what Mississippi is until they visited. I recently had an executive of a data company tell me he was here working on a project, and he said, Mississippi changed me. He said the level of hospitality experienced here, he said, I'll never forget it. And it really changed how I look at hospitality from my own perspective. So I thought that was
so
great to hear.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I don't doubt it. You know how it is. People maybe have a perception or a misconception of our state, and then when they come here, it does open their eyes. They see what we're all about in a positive way.
Absolutely. And I think there's a reason we're the hospitality state, as we say all the time. So we're certainly working to help keep that image and strengthen that every day, and making sure that we're are training our hospitality staff, and that they can giving them the tools to provide those incredible experiences.
So, what are you guys doing at the Tourism Association just to promote tourism inside our state? What are the activities you have going on?
Well, Visit Mississippi, they do a lot of the promotion. We focus a lot on education. One of our newer initiatives is Heart of Hospitality, which is a hospitality training program that we're offering free of charge. It's a video series, so hospitality employees can do it on their phone, their computer, their iPad. And they get a certification at the end. You can complete the program in about an hour, but it teaches some great skills on how to recommend things to visitors, how to deal with difficult situations, and make sure that we keep that hospitality up. So um, we we have seen a lot of people around the state take advantage of that. We've certified about 750 people since December, so things are good. We've gotten great feedback that it's been a really great tool for them to kind of just shine up their hospitality skills.
I got you. Well, that's good stuff. The governor seems to also believe that this is a key industry for our state. He's fully committed to tourism in our state, as is our legislature. Good working relationship there continues.
Absolutely. The governor's been so supportive of tourism, and understands its role in our state's upward trajectory, and how we continue to put our best foot forward, and those perceptions, as we talked about. So they've been very supportive. Lawmakers have been very supportive. I feel like tourism's really gained a lot of ground in being respected for the serious economic driver it is, and not just the fun side of economic development. But I think that's always a work in progress. But we've made great progress, and we've certainly appreciated the support and investment in our industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we've got all this massive investment in new business projects as well across our state that the governor rightfully has been touting. Do you feel like that maybe if nothing else, so many people coming into our state from out of state to be part of the construction phase of these projects, you think the word's getting out and that's driving tourism?
I do, absolutely. I certainly do. I think that's a big part of it. I think that, a great place to visit is a great place to live too. So we certainly want to, our residents want to enjoy those same amenities that visitors do. So continuing to develop our communities, our downtowns. Main Street does a great job with that, making sure that our downtowns are strong. We know they're the heartbeat of our communities. So yeah, certainly, we love having those people in town, and we hope some of them will become permanent residents.
Yeah. Well, and I'm already hearing that, honestly, from some folks that I have encountered that have moved here initially temporarily to be part of the construction teams, but now they're talking about taking up their permanent residence here. So the word's getting out for sure.
Well, we love that. We're happy to keep growing, and looking forward to all of these great things that this new development is going to bring to our state. And I think it's a really proud moment to be a Mississippian, and looking forward to that continued growth, and how we can play a role in building communities and helping share that story with the world about how wonderful Mississippi is to visit and live.
Anything that we're doing from the Tourism Association's perspective on just a national basis, beyond our borders, to promote Mississippi and encourage people to visit?
So yes, definitely. We've got some challenges at the international level with our Brand USA, which is the company who promotes travel to the United States. It's funded not with taxpayer dollars, but with visa fees from the ESTA program. Their budget was cut 80% this year, even though it's not taxpayer dollars. So that's
Yeah.
that's a little challenging right now, in a way that we have to continue. International visitation to Mississippi is strong. They love coming and seeing our music history, and all of those different cultural aspects of what Mississippi's contributed to the United States. America 250, of course, coming up too. So we certainly want to keep those international visitors coming in and celebrating America.
Yeah.
I will say grants coming down the pike too for America 250 for communities. So that's something to look out for. Humanities Council.
All right. Well, it sounds good. Appreciate the update there, Danielle. Danielle Morgan, Executive Director, Mississippi Tourism Association. We'll talk to you soon. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Gerard.
We're coming right back in the Element Wealth Studio.